Cancer is a formidable health challenge that affects people of all genders, but it holds unique complexities and considerations for women. Women can develop various types of cancer, including the breast, ovarian, cervical, and uterine cancer, among others. These cancers often impact areas intimately connected to a woman's sense of self and identity. The journey of battling cancer as a woman can be physically and emotionally demanding. It may involve treatments that affect fertility, body image, and overall well being. Support organizations and healthcare professionals play a vital role in helping women navigate the challenges and maintain their strength and resilience throughout their cancer journey. I have Corrine Christian from Fighting Pretty. I love that name, Fighting Pretty. Welcome to the podcast, Corrine.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
Corinne, cancer can take away many of the things that make one feel like a woman, right?
hmm
Every woman needs to be reminded how strong and beautiful she is. So you are doing that. What inspired the founder, Kara, to start Fighting Pretty, and how did the organization's mission evolve over the years?
That's a really great question. So, Kara, our founder, was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer when she was 26. And at that time, this was about 15 years ago, at that time, that was a really advanced stage of cancer for someone so young. And she went through the full spectrum of treatment: chemo, radiation, double mastectomy, reconstruction, hormone
Mm.
therapy, fertilization intervention, or fertility interventions, the whole 9 yards. But while she was in
Mm.
treatment, a family friend who was a survivor gave her a pair of miniature pink boxing gloves, kind of like these.
Oh, how
And
cute.
aren't they? Yeah. They very quickly became Kara's symbol to stay strong, don't give up, keep fighting. And then it was, hot pink lipstick, big earrings, fun scarves that helped her to keep feeling feminine despite losing
Mm. Mm.
her hair, her eyelashes, her breasts. And at the same time, in every support group that she would visit, she was always the youngest person. She was always a little bit out of place. And so, she did whatever she could to help her keep feeling like herself, like Kara. And
Mm.
so she finished treatment. She got through it all beautifully. And then shortly after, another family friend was diagnosed. And Kara thought to
Mhm.
herself, you know what? I'm okay. I'm good now. But she needs that strength. So she packed up the gloves and some makeup and a scarf, and she sent along what we like to call the first pretty package. And around this time, other people started coming out of the woodwork. Friends, colleagues, random strangers on the internet would approach Kara and say, my sister-in-law is just diagnosed, or my coworker is in treatment. Would you send her a care
Mhm.
package? And Kara's answer was, yes, of course I will. I know what she's been through. I know that it can be so hard to go through this. And so that was kind of how Fighting Pretty was born.
The beginning,
We
yeah.
started in 2013 as a 501c3 nonprofit, and our mission is
Mhm.
simple: help women battling cancer feel strong and beautiful. And it really, has grown so much from there. Very quickly, even though Kara's personal story is with breast cancer, very quickly she saw how other cancer types affect women just as strongly. Like you mentioned, cervical cancer, ovarian cancer, leukemia, lung cancer, that it doesn't seem to really matter what the cancer type. As women,
Mm.
we feel those hits towards our self image, our self esteem. Your body is changing. You have crazy side effects that you may or may not have been able to expect. You're
Absolutely.
frequently losing your hair, your fingernails change, everything gets different. And it's so hard for us to feel at home in our bodies when that happens, to feel like we recognize who we're seeing in the mirror. And there are many beautiful, wonderful organizations out there doing treatment and research and all of the medical side of cancer, but there are far fewer who are really addressing the emotional side effects of cancer, the mental
Mm.
health side of it. And
Right.
that's really where we see Fighting Pretty stepping in. So for a long time, that was what we did. Anybody could go onto our website and request that we send someone a pretty package. We'd ask for a small donation to help cover costs, and if they could, great. And if not, it
Mm.
didn't matter. We'd send it anyway. So
Yeah.
up through 2019, we had sent about 12,000 care packages to women in
Wow.
all 50 US states and at that time about 12 countries around the world. And
That's amazing.
it
You
was.
do global also. Oh, I
We
didn't know.
do.
I thought it was within the US.
No, no, we ship internationally. In fact, every time we get to add a new country, we're like, yes, and we put a little
Yeah.
flag on our map, and then we have to figure out what customs looks like. But because
Yeah.
every country
Yeah.
is so different.
That's
Um,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah. And then COVID hit, and 2020 was a very strange year for everybody. And our staff was sitting on a Zoom call going, okay, women are still being diagnosed every day. They're still in treatment every day. But now it's even scarier because you're already immune compromised, you're isolated, and now you can't even
Yeah.
take somebody with you to these really scary, potentially life changing appointments and treatments. And we
True.
decided we weren't okay with that, that Fighting Pretty needed to step in. So we created what we call our Strength and Beauty program, which is
Hmm.
largely what I get to do in my day to day role. I partner with hospitals and treatment centers and support organizations all over the country, and we provide little mini care packages, kind of like this, that have our signature mini boxing gloves in there and a clean, toxin free, paraben free lip product. And then a card with Kara's story and additional ways that women can get connected to Fighting Pretty. And that first year, we sent out 3,000 of those care packages, and the
Amazing.
response was incredible. I got so many emails from women going, I got this on the exact day that I needed it. It was a terrible day. I felt awful. And then my nurse navigator handed me your package and I couldn't help stop smiling. Or we would hear from the healthcare providers that, it's still in the middle of COVID. Their hands were so tied as far as what they could do and how much comfort they could offer. But this was just
Mhm.
a little something tangible that they could hand off and say, we've got you. We know this is awful, but you are not alone. And
Yeah.
the program has grown like crazy. Like I said, that first year we sent out 3,000 care packages. This year I'm on track to send out over 8,000. We're honored to partner with 60 different organizations in 30
Uh-huh.
states around the US. So it's
So, what are these
definitely. Mhm.
partner organizations? Are these cosmetic companies, or are they are these product companies, or they are just people who are interested in helping out?
No, these the partner organizations are the actual healthcare facilities. So we send them
Okay.
to hospitals, to cancer centers, to other
Hmm.
nonprofits that provide support and education to women going through cancer. And again, any cancer type. We're not specific. We love pink because
You
it's a
don't.
fun feminine color, but we have the gloves in teal, we have them in lavender, we have them in black, in silver, because we want to be inclusive to find what resonates with everyone, and sometimes that's not pink, and that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So, you have where does the funding come from? Is it what you pool in together as friends and family, or do you also have grants, or do you have organizations that are actually contributing to this cause?
Some of all of the above, actually. We accept personal donations. In fact, we have a recurring donor program called the Fight Club, where it's monthly donors who believe in what we do and want to pay it forward to women that they've never met, that they don't know. And so yeah, we have an amazing group called the Fight Club that does that. We also work with corporate partners. We've had some great ones over the last few years. Humble Brands, Deloitte, yeah, some just really incredible people who understand and have seen, cancer is such a universal disease at this point
Yeah,
that
true.
everybody knows someone who has gone through it. And it's really easy to say like, oh, I don't want anybody else to have to go through it the way my aunt did or something like that. So
Mhm.
yes, we have corporate partners. We're working on grants. We're sort of an unusual nonprofit in that we don't do research or provide medical treatment. We have a physical
Mhm.
product that we distribute, and so grants are challenging for us. Um, but let's see, what else was I going to say about fundraising? I mean, it is all donation based. So the more we
Right. Do
fundraise,
you
the more we're
also,
able to send out.
sorry to interrupt, but
No,
do
that's
you
fine.
also have events and walks or annual galas where you are raising funds?
We do. This year it's really exciting. This year is Fighting Pretty's 10th anniversary. And I'm thrilled and amazed to say that we've impacted over 30,000 women in the last 10 years, which is so exciting.
30,000. Wow.
30,000, yes, yeah, it's
Wow, that's
incredible.
great.
So to
Yeah.
celebrate that, next month we are doing a gala, an art auction in New York City. And then in December, on the 15th anniversary of Kara's diagnosis, we're doing a fundraising event in Portland, Oregon, where our headquarters is as well. So yeah,
Lovely. Very
yeah,
nice.
we're really
Well, all
hoping
the
to.
best for that.
Thank you. Yes, we're hoping that that'll
You're
put
gonna
us
have
in a
fun.
good position for 24.
So I'm just imagining with all these women who are extremely resilient, who are extremely positive, coming together, maybe virtually or in person. It must be a really fun event.
It
But
is.
at the same time, you have the challenges, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's so many women who find us and they say, like, I went to support groups and I tried all of these other different things, and I didn't connect. Nobody
Hmm,
was
hmm,
speaking
hmm.
my language. And Fighting Pretty is that place where you can come on your good days and be full of hope and joy, and you can come on your bad days and say, you know what, today was awful. My scans
Yeah,
were not good, and people
yeah.
understand.
You need
They
somebody
know.
to talk to.
Yes. So we have an incredible virtual community because we are a national, international organization. So we have an incredible group on Facebook called Fighting Pretty Through Cancer, where you
Uh-huh.
can come and say, I'm taking this medication. What kind of side effects have other people experienced?
Oh, okay.
Or,
I'll refer one of my friends to you.
oh,
I'll share
really?
the website with her. Yes, yes.
Oh, thank you. That's
She is
awesome.
incredibly positive. She is so bubbly and so positive. She's positive, more positive than any of us who's a healthy person. And I can't imagine how she can be so positive. Incredible. I
Yes.
also read on your website, Corrine, there's a program called Beauty and Bubbles.
Yes,
And I found that to be very exciting. Do you still have it, or was
we
it
do.
before COVID?
No, this is our fourth year doing Beauty and Bubbles. It's always the first week, the first full week of October, and this
Hmm.
one is really fun. We get to partner with um, salons and spas and estheticians all over the country, and they generously donate their time and services so that women who are battling or have battled cancer can come in for a
Hmm.
free spa treatment. So we partnered with Frenchie's Modern Nails, like I think 17 different locations of Frenchie's Modern Nails all over the country. And women can come in for a
Lovely.
free pedicure. We've got several locations who are doing facials, a couple who are doing like a blowout or a free haircut or things like that. It's all no cost to the guests. It's just an
That's just
opportunity for
amazing.
them, yeah, just to come together and be reminded that you are beautiful, that you deserve this, that you are
Right.
and that everyone needs a moment of pampering. And it's also a really great
Absolutely.
opportunity for these women to connect with each other in person too, that it's not a big support meeting or overwhelming event. It's just a casual sitting next to each other in the pedicure chair and being able to chat over a glass of bubbly and some cute toenails. So
Right,
um,
right.
yeah.
So when I think of these events, I also think about the issues that women are facing, people who are suffering from cancer.
Mhm.
These issues are not the regular issues, right? It's like,
Right.
because of this medication, this is what happened, and what happened with your doctor, comparing notes. So
Hmm.
do you have any key topics that maybe somebody who is resourceful or somebody who understands the medical fraternity coming and talk to them? Is that also happening, or is it
It
just
is.
a kind of networking thing?
No, we do have monthly, we call them our Fighting Pretty conversations. We have monthly calls
Uh-huh.
via Zoom so that they're accessible to anyone, to talk about, like exactly what you said, issues that maybe your healthcare team doesn't have enough time to cover.
Right,
Or
right.
we actually have our September conversation tomorrow evening, and it's focused around nutrition after treatment. That your body
Mm-hmm.
has lost a lot of its resources and its nutrients, and
Yes.
you have your care team telling you what you should be doing while you're in treatment, but after treatment that stops, and what do you do at
Mm-hmm.
that point, because you're still going through a lot of changes. And so yeah, topics like that aren't necessarily the responsibility of your oncology team, clean skincare, sex after cancer, things that like impact your daily life, but you may
Mm-hmm.
not feel comfortable asking your oncologist about, or things like that. And so we get
True.
to partner, we recruit and work with all kinds of subject matter experts to really come in and talk a little bit about their area. And then we always do an open Q&A so that women can say, okay, you talked about this, but what about XYZ? And
Mm-hmm.
these are always very safe, very private. We don't record them.
Right. Very
And
important.
exactly, yes, so that everybody can feel that they are able to be honest and authentic.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful conversations. I almost cry. I cry in almost every single one, but it's because
Yeah.
it's just so incredible to see these women coming together, supporting one another, being strong, and leaving feeling empowered that they can tackle the next thing.
Corrine, I have a question about the staff, or you, all of you who are working for this cause. It is sometimes it can get a little taxing for you to deal with all that heavy load of suffering and depression or mental health or whatever it is. How do you, as part of the staff, deal with this situation? How What are your ways of, I won't say venting out, but maybe keeping yourself motivated? What do you do?
That's a really great question. Fighting Pretty's staff is small. There are 5 of us on the team, and we're all part time. So we wear a lot of hats, and we share a lot of responsibilities. But it's and it can be, like you said, it can be exhausting and it can be
Yes, it can
draining.
be. Yes.
And there are definitely times when we need to step away, when we have to take a mental health day. Um, Kara is still our executive director, and she's great about saying, take care of you, because if you aren't at your best, if you aren't feeling full, you can't help other
Exactly.
people.
You cannot. Yes.
Yeah. And so she always encourages us, if you need to take a day, or we close our office for the week between Christmas and New Year's to be able to just say, everybody take a rest, recharge, be with your families over the holidays, things like that. For me personally, to step away and sort of recenter, um, I'm a big physical activity person. I love doing yoga. I love going for walks. And I love audiobooks while I do it. And so I listen to somebody else's story that's hopefully a little just different than my experience. And I
Yeah.
find that really rejuvenating. But
Lovely,
sorry, what were you
lovely.
going to say?
And it's listen. No, that's great. You could listen to all the podcasts that I have done on Chizuba, and believe me, I have done 151 episodes so far, and
Congratulations. That's
each
amazing.
thank you. And each and every episode, every person that I have met or because of this podcast is inspiring.
Hmm.
Every single person is doing so much uh, for the community, for somebody else, not for themselves. It is amazing. And if you listen to these stories, these conversations, I feel so upbeat after talking to everybody. People like you.
Thank you. It's honestly no stretch to say that this is the best role, best job. It's hard to call it
There
a
is
job.
joy in
It
giving. Yes,
is, yes. I
absolutely.
mean,
Yes.
every day, every week, we get emails or social media messages from somebody who says, "I felt so alone. I felt like nobody else
Yeah. Yeah.
understood the toll that this was taking on me." And to have Fighting Pretty step in and say, "You are strong, and you are
Yes.
beautiful, and you are not alone," makes all the difference. And
Yeah.
I think honestly, even more than time off, that's what helps rejuvenate us, because we see the
Yeah.
impact, we see the
You see the
value.
impact. Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. Let's take a break to understand what Chizuba is. Everyone at some point ponders on how this beautiful life can be made more meaningful. Maybe you're a leader trying to enhance your employees' experience at your organization. Or you already work for the community and seek volunteers with state of the art skills to strengthen your nonprofit. Whatever your situation, know that you can make a difference. Chizuba began with this very vision, a vision to facilitate every skill and every passion in the world in meeting a social need. Corporate volunteering has several benefits for both businesses and organizations. In parallel, Experienced and enthusiastic volunteers join NGO workers, enabling them to serve the community more effectively. Chizuba offers everyone looking to add purpose and meaning to their lives a chance to connect or volunteer virtually with nonprofit organizations from over 100 countries around the world. Visit www.chizuba.net and explore opportunities to find meaning. Chizuba, your platform to do good. And now, back with our guest. Corrine, a question a little outside of this, not but yet connected.
Hmm.
What do you think? Uh, do you think society places too much of importance on physical appearance?
Yes. I mean, I think regardless of where you grew up or how old you are or whatever,
Mm.
I think subconsciously we all feel like we're being held to some sort of standard. And not only is that standard already virtually impossible to achieve, but
Mm.
as you're going through treatment, you have no control over the changes that your body is going through. I mean, the chemo or the other drugs for cancer treatment cause weight gain, cause weight loss, cause changes in your fingernails, cause hair loss, cause skin changes, and
Mm.
or I've seen pictures of the women who have had such terrible burns from radiation treatment or things like that. And, that's not even taking into consideration like nausea or the
Yeah.
physical discomfort of chemo and things like that. And so, especially for women who have spent, 20, 30, 40 years expecting to see a certain thing when they look in the mirror, and whether or not they're happy with it doesn't matter. It's something that they're comfortable with, they're at home in. And then over
Mm.
the course of 6 months or a year, it's totally different, and they have to readjust. Or like Kara, our founder, had gone through um, reconstruction when she went through her original cancer
Mm.
treatment. And then just before COVID hit in 2020, she
Mm.
had to go back because her implants were part of the recall that Allergan was doing at the time. And she had to go back in and made the choice to stay flat. And so she had spent 12 years adjusting to how she looked with implants and the different, differences that made in her body and her self-image. And then all of a sudden had no breasts and had to
Yeah.
completely readjust to,
Yeah.
how does she feel womanly like that? How does she dress? I remember that summer we actually did a couple of informational Zoom calls around how do you shop for a bathing suit when you have no breasts, and
Yeah.
I had no idea how relatable that was. That there were so
Mm.
many other women out there who were like, yes, and nothing stays up, and it's not cute, and
Mm.
um, so yes, there is this
Yeah.
crazy impossible standard of beauty that
Standard,
we're
yes.
yeah that we're expected to uphold, or that we expect of ourselves to uphold. And the truth is, we're just glad you're here. We're just glad that
Yeah.
you've gotten
So
through
important.
everything to this point, and that makes you beautiful. That makes you
Mm.
incredible. You are fierce and amazing, and the fact that you are taking it one day at a time and living your best self, whatever that means
Yeah.
today, is
So I
beautiful.
feel that despite, we might say that, we might say this on the podcast, we might talk to people about how difficult it is, but I still feel people will not understand what that person is going through. However much we are trying, we just
Mm,
cannot fathom the pain and the suffering that the person is going through. Now, I had a friend who went bald completely to support her mother, to just show solidarity with her, saying that you're not alone, I'm also with you.
hmm.
So this kind of empathy comes within the family, of course, but do you also try to advocate, do you also try to create awareness in maybe educational institutes or any other area where people may not be aware of how things are?
Yeah, a lot of I would say, a significant cross section of the people that we work with are friends, family, caretakers, who a
Right.
lot of times say like, I don't know what to do, and the truth is
Yeah, you
they
want to show support, but then
you
you
do.
don't know how to other than just saying, okay, I feel you, I understand. what
Yeah,
what else can a person do?
listening is always a good one, no matter how many times, no matter what it is, being there to just listen and hear. Thank you for sharing. Not offering advice or any fixes or anything like that. But also, we still on our website we still offer what we like to call our pretty packages, sort of the original version of what Kara made. And if you don't know what to do for somebody, go on there and put together just a little gift that says, I'm thinking about you, you can get through this, I'm here behind you. And that's a great way to show someone, if you're not geographically close to them or if you're just not sure what to do, to be able to say, I understand that this is hard and I'm supporting you. um, One of our brand ambassadors, Renee, is doing a social media takeover on our website this week, and she had a really great suggestion too. It's really hard for cancer patients when people are just saying, tell me what I can do for you. I'm here. Just let me know what you need. They don't have the mental space or the bandwidth to come up with a list of things for you. So
Right.
ahead of time, find out, like, what is your favorite meal? What are your kids' favorite meals? What's your favorite
uh,
coffee drink? I can run to Starbucks and I can bring you a coffee and then I'll just go if you're not feeling great. Or
mm,
even saying, like, I'm going to come over and do your laundry and run your dishwasher for you. Or if you're not able to do that, I'm going to hire merry maids or something like that to
yeah.
come over and take care of that for you. Being able to say, like, I know that these are basic day to day food, cleanliness, um, transportation to and from
Yeah.
school or practices or commitments. Being able to say,
Mhm.
I know that these things have to happen and I am here to help make them happen. And
Right.
that's frequently the best way to show
It's the
support.
small things that matter.
Yes,
You don't have to
yes,
make it something big, or you don't have to announce it, but you just have to show it.
yes, exactly. Showing up is
Right.
is often the best way to show support for somebody who's going through cancer treatment.
That's lovely. Corinne, would you remember any particular incident that really, really made you feel that you are doing the right thing by, starting this organization, Fighting Pretty?
Oh, so many. uh, it's hard. There are such incredible women. I can think of one who lives not too far from our headquarters, and she and her whole family do the like the Komen walk every year. And every year she comes to us and she buys matching shirts for her and her two granddaughters because they are fighting pretty alongside her. And she is just a beautiful, uplifting woman. We have volunteers who work with us who have been through cancer treatment, and then now they come back to help us package the kits because they want to pay it forward to other women. There's a woman, Rachel, who, like Kara, had gone flat, and when we met her, she was just finishing treatment, so she was bald. And we invited her to come speak at one of our fundraisers, and she was incredibly impactful and so sweet and powerful to listen to. And it totally spontaneously, this was, we were dancing, at the later portion of the gala, and she was up on the balcony kind of like watching everything and taking it all in. And the Journey song Don't Stop Believin' came on, and sort of this unspoken unanimous moment came over everybody, and they turned and started singing it up to her on the balcony. And like, I have goosebumps just remembering it
Oh,
because it
that's
was
so cute.
incredible.
Yeah.
But there's also the women who are still fighting. We have a woman in Minnesota who is, I mean, struggling, that every week has a new challenge that sends her to the ER and is still trying to figure it out.
Mm.
And um, or some of our metastatic community members, our friend Miranda, who has pheochromocytoma and is going to be fighting this for the rest of her life, but she doesn't let it change who she is. That she calls it her
Yeah.
fabulous. Cancer is not going to take away her fabulous. So it's
Yeah.
incredible to get
Incredible.
to
You get to
know.
see,
Yes,
yeah, you get to know such amazing people,
yes,
which I think they make you stronger by just their energy.
yes. Just by interacting with them and seeing how they
Absolutely.
cope with what they're going through.
Well, Corrine, you and Kara and everybody else at Fighting Pretty are doing a fighting good job, and
Thank you.
it's wonderful. Lovely talking to you. I loved your website. For those of you who are listening to this, please visit their website. They've got amazing. It's got such a positive vibe to that entire experience. They are doing such good work, and I think they need all the support that they can. Thank you very much for talking to us, Corrine.
Thank you, Taj. It was a pleasure.
The determination to confront this formidable foe called cancer uh, transcends physical appearances, and it's a testament to the indomitable spirit of women. Fighting Pretty stands as a shining example of strength, hope, and the unwavering will to conquer the most formidable of all challenges. All the best to you, and take care.